Tensions are brewing in Freeside between the ruling gang known as the Kings and the large number of NCR squatters seeking refuge there. He added he didn't want to see the NCR in the ghetto, and called for a mass quote, return to sender. More news for you. NCR officials at Camp McCarran were relieved when technical difficulties with its monorail line to the New Vegas Strip proved easy to fix. One anonymous official told us a serious mechanical failure would have been a disaster because of the age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts.
Welcome back. We're going to continue with Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands. Probably wondering where I am and thinking this isn't Freeside. They stopped in the last part to play poker in the Atomic Wrangler. Well, after I hit the jackpot there, I decided to come here. This is Matthew's Animal Husbandry Farm, because now that I have Arcade Gannon with me, I want to go get a new weapon. And it's right over here. It's guarded by robots, but we're going to play Frisbee with them using these pulse mines. Huh. I guess the robots aren't here. I walked right by and none of them attacked. Anyways, here's what we're looking for. It's a crashed vertibird with skeletons.
A vertibird. Interesting. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these.
Really? When was that?
Huh. Good question. Must have been in a book.
That's odd. Arcade said he's seen a vertibird before, but then when I asked him when, he said he must have looked at it in a book. Anyways, here's what I came for, the Tesla Beaton prototype. Let's check it out. As you can see, it's not in the best condition right now, but it's a unique Tesla cannon. I'll take this back with me and check it out next to the Tesla cannon prototype I got from the Capital Wasteland. I went ahead and stopped inside the Brotherhood of Steel safe house. Here's the bunker. There's a guy in here, Paladin Sato. Let's talk to him.
What can I do for you?
Why are you here?
I'm here to make sure the bunker stays in one piece. I'm a master at repairing things, so I check in every so often to make sure all the equipment here is in top working condition. If you ever have any gear you need fixed, don't hesitate to ask.
Alright, so I can ask him to repair for me.
Sure thing.
And he's got a repair skill of 100, so that's pretty good. Oh man, check this out. It would actually cost me 19,790 caps to repair the Tesla Beaton prototype. That's a bit much. So rather than paying for the repair, let's just fix it up ourselves a bit. I'll repair it using this Tesla cannon I also found in the bunker. There you go, that's a little better. I was going to compare it to the Tesla cannon prototype, but then I remembered I already sold it off, so I won't be able to do that. But I'll hang on to this weapon. I'm going to let Arcade carry it for now, since I don't have the carrying capacity for it.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work. He said to give you this.
Some junk food. That was awful nice of the king. I mean, it's not much of a healing item or a food item. And there's a reason it's called junk food. But we'll be visiting the king momentarily. I think before we talk to the king, let's go into the Silver Rush. This is a place where you can buy energy weapons according to their crier.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to search you before letting you in. The only weapons allowed on the premises are the ones we're selling.
Okay, that's fine.
It should only take a moment. There. I've stored all of your weapons. You're clear to enter. When you leave, I'll hand them all back to you.
The bosses are having a meeting. You'll have to wait.
That's a lot of energy weapons. Brings back some interesting memories.
I'm guessing the followers use a lot of energy weapons?
Energy weapons? Of course not. I mean, but we study all sorts of science and technology, so, you know, you just kind of get familiar with them. Yeah.
Huh. Wonder what Arcade meant by
Mr.
that.
Soren, please get to the point. The second half of your payment is late, and I want to know why.
Miss Van Graff, my associates and I have decided that we wish to renegotiate the terms of our deal.
Might I ask for what reason? The shipment was delivered. The guns were tested before leaving this facility.
Regardless, we feel that the quality of the weapons is below expectation and hope to adjust the price accordingly.
Ah, I think I understand what the issue here is. Excuse me for a moment, would you? Do it. Never break faith with the Van Graffs, Mr. Soren. I expect you'll have the rest of our payment ready tomorrow morning. Okay, everyone. Show's over. Back to work.
Yeah, that scene is actually longer if you have a particular mod that shows off the full scene that was supposed to happen. Supposedly, Gloria Van Graff was sleeping with the guy that this ash pile was, but told Mr. Soren there that she was a very jealous woman, and that he said he understood that, but as you can see now that he's a pile of ashes on the floor, clearly he did not. And Jean-Baptiste Cutting here says to her, "That was a heck of a show. I like the story you made up about him." And he goes, "Glory, please tell me you made that up." He talked to this before about tipping the help. This was supposed to be about him stealing money from us. And she basically says, "Yeah, I know, but he was stealing money, but he could have kept it for all I care. He certainly earned it." Anyways, let's talk to Gloria Van Graff.
Welcome to the Silver Rush, where only top-of-the-line energy weapons can be found. What can I do for you?
Actually, give me a moment. I'll be browsing for a moment.
Please let me know if anything catches your eye.
I sure will. First off, I'm gonna get my gold bars. Arcade, I need that gold bar I handed you.
Don't treat me like a packed Brahmin, okay?
Now that I have the inventory space to carry them, since all my weapons are stored outside.
Welcome to the Silver Rush.
I'd like to browse your inventory.
Of course.
And the reason I came here is because she's got some interesting weapons here. This one, Cleansing Flame. It's a new flamethrower. I can't compare it to the Rapid Torch Flamer right now, but check out the DPS, 229. I'm probably going to want that, so we're going to purchase it. I got plenty of gold bars, so we should be fine on that. Here's the Spurtlewood 9700, which is a unique Gatling laser. I'll have to compare that one to Vengeance. Okay, she has a few mods for a Gatling laser, a laser RCW, and a few others, but I don't need those. And we're going to use my gold to pay for them.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
And I can ask her some questions, but I'm going to just say time to go.
Later.
There we go. All done making my purchases. Let's go, fellas. I could take a job from them and they give me the quest Birds of a Feather, but considering the things you have to do in that quest, I wouldn't be able to complete it. Anyway, let's compare these. The Spurtlewood 9700 from the GRA is 496, but Vengeance actually does more damage. As you can see, 593 DPS. So Vengeance is still better. Let's compare the Rapid Torch Flamer with its damage of 34 and its DPS of 276 to the Cleansing Flame that I picked up, 229 and 33. So the Rapid Torch Flamer does more? Let's check out the Cleansing Flame. Shoots a blue flame. Thought that was pretty neat. Let's try it out on a Freeside thug. See a red mark on my map. There we go. Got a nice blue flame and a green laser that took out this guy. Yeah, I gave Arcade Gannon both of the weapons that are unique laser guns that shoot green lasers. The AER-14 prototype and the Spurtlewood 9700, which shoots a green laser. I also gave him the hollow rifle, since I have no need for it. Alright, now to do what we actually want to do is talk to the king. I'm guessing he's in this building, the King's School of Impersonation.
Hi.
Hop enrollment. Hello there. Now we just gotta locate him. I'm guessing he's in this room, which requires a key. Maybe this guy's got a key.
what do we have here? Another petitioner for the king?
That's right, I'd like to see the king, if possible.
Anything's possible, I suppose. How much is it worth to you to meet the big man?
It depends on what he needs help with. I'm new in town and wanted to pay my respects.
You know what? I like you. Half the people around here, they forget who runs this place. Head on through. The king's the bored-looking guy by the stage. Can't fucking miss him.
Alright then. Just walk right in and talk with this guy, the king.
Someone just told me that the Khan split the Vegas area. Wonder where they went and why.
Couldn't tell you.
Look, Rexy, someone new's come to see us. Poor boy. He hasn't been feeling well lately. I'm the king. What can I do for you?
I was hoping you might have some work for me, but first, do you always charge people to come talk to you?
Charge? Pays must be at it again. What did he take you for?
Well, nothing. I talked my way in.
Pace must be losing his touch. Either that or you're a smooth one. So, what can I do for you?
Anyways, how about that work?
Maybe so. Maybe so. You look like you might be able to handle yourself. Tell you what, you do me a favor, and I'll have some more work for you when it's done. Sound good?
Sounds good. What do you need me to do?
I'll start you off with something easy. Did you notice the bodyguards for hire near the gates when you entered Freeside?
No, actually. I must have missed them.
It's good money if you can stay alive long enough. Freeside's not as safe as it used to be, so the money is well earned. Usually well earned, that is. Recently, my man tell me that one of those bodyguards, a fella named Oris, is making a little too much money. He's making a killing in repeat business. Once someone hires him, they never want anyone else. I want you to find out why. Specifically, I want you to hire him. Play the part of an innocent tourist and follow his lead. If nothing happens, so be it. But I'm guessing things won't go so smoothly. Call it a hunch. So, what do you say?
Alright, sure.
Okay then. Once you part ways, return here. I'll look forward to hearing your report. Oh, and take this to cover the hiring cost.
Oh, the king just gave me 200 caps to cover the cost of hiring this Horus guy. And I start the quest GI Blues. Alright, so I gotta hire Horus near the northern gate of Freeside, so we'll head straight there. Stepping over the body of I-no-scoped JFK on our way. I'm sure Horus won't think it's suspicious that the guy wearing a armored Vault 101 jumpsuit and carrying a flamethrower is hiring him to be a bodyguard. Alright, which one of you guys is Horus? I'm assuming it's this guy in the metal armor, since the other guy's a king. Hello, Horus.
If you need to cross Freeside, no one will keep you safer than I will.
Is that so? How much do you charge for your service?
200 caps gets you my watchful eye for a trip to the South Gate.
Huh. Just out of curiosity, what do I need a bodyguard to cross Freeside?
Just look around. People here are as like to stab you as say hello.
I see. Alright, I'll hire you then.
Done and done. I want to mention a few things up front. In order to ensure your safety, I need you to follow my instructions to the letter. We'll be heading down the main street here the whole way down. No detours. You go off sightseeing, and I go off to find another customer. I'll keep a brisk pace, so try not to fall behind. Now let's head out.
Alright, he takes the 200 caps that, just between us, I got from the king. So let's follow Horus.
To your left here is the old Mormon fort. You get roughed up, the followers there will patch you right up. Not that I ever need their services.
That's funny you mention that. I'm actually with the followers of the apocalypse now.
Let them scare you.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs.
There he is. Wonder how he would have done against the Fallout 76 character.
You haven't seen Freeside, so you've been to the Wrangler.
I've been to the Wrangler already.
Hey, slow down. I don't like the look of some of those men ahead. Let's take a different way around.
Which men ahead? Those guys? I don't know. They don't look that tough. I bet we could take them. But if you insist, we'll go this way. I just want to let you know real quick, Horus, the last time that someone lured me into an alleyway, he got disintegrated by lasers. Hey, where you going? Supposed to be protecting me.
Gotcha. Got to get ambushes, huh?
Anyone else notice that one guy that fell down before Oris started
Nothing to
shooting?
worry about. If you had hired one of those other hacks, you'd be up to your ass in lowlife right about now.
I couldn't help but notice you only fired 3 shots and there are 4 guys there. I caught the one guy that fell down before you started shooting.
Noticed that, did you? I keenly aimed one of the shots through some soft tissue of one of them to hit the man behind him.
Yeah, I don't think so. Sounds more to me like you faked this whole thing to drum up repeat business.
That's an interesting theory you've got there. I'd suggest you keep it to yourself. Let's get moving.
I'm gonna want all the money you have on you. I can make it to the King's from here.
I ought to take my chances and kill you right here, but you may be right. Here, take this. Don't think this is over, though. I'll have that money back, out of your hide if I have to.
And I get 348 caps, including the 200 I got from before. This thug appears dead, a victim of your recent fight. Well, I didn't really fight him. Let's examine him more closely. A quick study of the body reveals that the thug is still alive and merely pretending to be dead. I'm assuming they're all like this. Oh yeah. Well, now we know how he makes all his money. Sure, I could fry all these guys right now with my torch, but let's go ahead and let the King know about this.
What do you have for me?
Horus is a fraud. He fakes attacks on his clients and then plays the hero.
So that's how it happens. Okay then, I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important. A lot of folks around these parts who've been here a while resent the sheer number of people that have come into the area since the strip was built. In turn, the newcomers, most of whom come from the NCR, have gotten ornery from being resented. Sometimes things get violent. This is one of those occasions. Recently, a few friends of mine were attacked, and I want you to find out who did it. Word's come that they just woke up over at the old Mormon fort just north of here. Head on over, see if they remember anything.
I'll head over right away.
Good. I like that enthusiasm. Return when you have some information we can use.
And we're back in the old Mormon fort. I put on my follower's lab coat. Although I probably should unequip the cleansing flame there. There we go. Now I can talk to these guys. Roy and Ferris and Wayne. Let's start with Roy.
What is it? Can't you see I want to be left alone with my friend here?
The King asked me to look into your attack.
Oh, that's different then. How can I help? I'll do anything to get the bastards that did this.
What do you know about the attack?
Well, it happened at night, around 11. We'd recently made some caps off a bit of scrap we found and wanted to invest it wisely. As we were leaving the Wrangler, we must have taken a wrong turn and ended up in the squatter side of town. From out of nowhere, these big guys show up and start barking questions at us, wanted to know if we were locals. The kid there's about as proud as a local around here gets, and started yelling back at him. Then all hell broke loose. Kid got the worst of it, sad to say.
Do you remember anything about the people who attacked you?
They were big guys, young too. No old geezers like me. Hell, none of them looked even half my age. I was mostly face down in the dirt, begging for my life when it happened, so I only got a quick look at them.
Alright, I'll be going.
I hope you find the bastards that did this. If you want, try asking my friend Wayne over there about him. He saw more than I did. Wayne,
All right.
It's okay. The King sent him.
Let's talk to Wayne.
That true? Did the King really send you?
That's right. Anything you could tell me about what happened would help.
I don't really know what else I can add. They were a bunch of guys, better dressed than most Freesiders, I guess. That help?
Every bit helps.
Sorry I couldn't help more, especially since you're being so nice.
What can I say?
I just remembered something. I might have heard one of the guys that attacked us call another by name. We had just about had it when one of them said, "Hey Lou, we gotta go." At least I think he said Lou. Might have been something else. Now that I think of it, he said Lou something with a T. Tenant, that's what he called him. Lieutenant.
He probably said Lieutenant, Wayne. The boy means well, but he's dumb as a mutant sometimes.
So a lieutenant. I'm assuming a lieutenant would mean he was with the military. And we know the Freeside has a lot of problems with the NCR military, so it sounds like these guys are attacked by soldiers with the
The
NCR.
Great Khan's moved out. One less mob of degenerates to worry about, if you ask me.
Have you found anything out? Or were you just here to chat?
The local men were attacked by soldiers. One of them was identified by rank.
Bunch of soldier boys, huh? They usually don't come around these parts since their big base is on the other side of the strip. If they're coming over here now, it's gotta be for a reason. I didn't want to believe the rumors that they're looking to take over Vegas, but now, if something big is going down, I'm sure rumors of it will have spread. Ask around, particularly in the squatter areas where the NCR folk hang. You might also mosey on over to the Mormon fort and chat Julie Farkas up. The followers tend to be in the know about these things. Just don't ask her what to do about it. She'll probably ask you to hug someone or something.
You never know.
Someone just told me that the Khans...
You never know if a hug might solve the problem, but we'll go talk to Julie and see what they know about this situation. What do you know about the NCR soldiers in Freeside?
Only a little. A friend of mine, Major Elizabeth Kieran, has been handing out supplies to the poor a little west of here. What about it?
The king thinks those troops may have been attacking locals.
I know something's got them riled up, but I've been too busy with other matters to really look into it. If you're looking into the matter, talk to Elizabeth. She's in charge of the operations here in Freeside, though she won't open up to you right away. If Elizabeth holds out on you, tell her that I sent you. She should be a little more forthcoming if you mention my name. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, I think that about covers it. I could easily get in using my speech check to talk to the Major, but let's talk to this guy over here, this missionary.
Hello. You look like a person in need of a good meal. You wouldn't happen to be an NCR citizen, would you?
I can tell him sure I am.
Now, it's not that I don't believe you, but I'm gonna have to give you a little quiz to verify your citizenship status. That okay with you?
Sure thing.
That's a good attitude. I'm sure you'll do fine. These are just a few questions that just about anyone in the NCR would know.
Or anyone who's ever played the previous Fallout games.
First question. Who was the most popular president in NCR history? Peterson, Tibbet, Kimball, or Tandy?
Well, if you played Fallout 2, you would know that the president there was named Tandy.
Uh-huh. Okay, second question. What was the original name of the NCR capital? Aradesh, Shady Sands, the Boneyard, or Vault 13?
Well, I know it's not Vault 13. That's where the Vault Dweller came from. The Boneyard was where the cathedral was located. Aradesh was the name of the first leader of Shady Sands, which is actually the original capital of the NCR.
Right. Fine then, last question. What animal is on the NCR's flag? A two-headed bear, an eagle, a two-headed snake, or a two-tailed lion?
If you watched the intro with me, you'd see that the flag was of a two-headed bear.
Good. You passed with flying colors. I told you it'd be fine. I expect you're wanting to know about that meal then, huh? We're located up by the old train station in the northwest part of town. Just tell the guards Hope, and they'll let you through. Best of luck to you.
There we go. I completed the quiz to let that guy know that I was a citizen of the NCR, even though Blazer may or may not have actually been to California in the years since he came to the Mojave from the capital Wasteland. The NCR relief mission is actually located over here, next door to Cerulean Robotics and in Tale of Two Wastelands, Union Station. So we'll just head right over.
Hold up. What's the password?
I know the password. It's Hope. I can also use my speech to say, I'm here to see Major Kieran on urgent business. Please let me pass.
If you're here to see the Major, then I suppose it's all right. Head on through.
There we go. We'll walk right in.
Here you go. I hope this helps.
The best part is I can just cut the line.
Welcome. There's food and water here for any citizen of the NCR. Please, have some.
Yeah, get some cram. And some purified water. So you're with the NCR military?
Yes. I'm a major in the Supply Corps, which is where this food and water comes from.
Do you serve the food to locals, too?
No, I'm afraid we don't. Don't you have a friend you wanted to bring in?
Why don't you serve the locals?
That's not really a pleasant topic of conversation. Let's just say we have our reasons.
Well, Julie Farkas asked me to ask you. She said it was important.
You know Julie? Not everyone in the NCR sees eye to eye with the followers, but they're okay in my book, mostly because of her. If you really want to know, we sent an envoy to the king, offering to coordinate the relief effort.
Really? What happened?
Our envoy was brutally beaten, and only barely survived. My superiors ordered the relief mission scrapped. I managed to get clearance to carry out the mission anyway, but with greatly reduced support. Now there's not enough supplies to go around, even if I wanted to serve the rest of Freeside, which I don't. That's all in the past now. I should get back to work. Say hi to Julie for me.
I'll have to talk to the king about this. He said that they sent an envoy to discuss distributing supplies to everyone in Freeside, not just NCR citizens, and that the kings beat up the envoy.
Well, hey there. I heard that NCR soldier lady told you some wild story about them sending a messenger to us to work out some deal. That's bullshit, and it's nothing to bother the king with. More like they sent someone to spy on us and he wasn't tough enough to last in Freeside. So do everyone a favor and keep your mouth shut about it, okay?
Excuse me? I still think you should know about it.
That's a shame. Well, do what you want. Just don't expect it to matter.
Well, there goes Pacer. I don't know what he was talking about there. He doesn't want me to tell the king about the envoy?
Word is, the leader of the Fiends got...
You find out something about them soldier boys yet?
I did. The NCR is distributing supplies in a building down by the old train station.
Handing out supplies? Like food and stuff? That ain't nothing to get ruffled over. You find anything else?
I did. They're only handing out supplies to NCR citizens.
Ah, that would explain the goons. They're here to keep people like my friends away from the food. That ain't something I support. No, sir.
They said they sent someone over here to discuss the issue with you.
Wait a minute. They said what?
And they said the man was severely beaten and barely survived. He was driven off and never came here.
Huh. That would explain why they're all riled at us. Seems like we have a big misunderstanding. What the hell?
Taken down.
That guy just popped out of nowhere.
We've got problems.
Lay it on me. What's going on?
There's a shootout going down near the train station. It's Pacer and some strangers. Might be NCR.
What is that fool doing? I need you to head out there and try to defuse the situation. Tell them I'm willing to cooperate.
Uh-oh. I guess that's why Pacer didn't want me to tell him about the envoy. He's run off to start trouble with the NCR, and now it's going to be up to me to stop him. I better hurry. And I can already hear the shooting. There's Pacer, and some dead kings.
What the hell are you doing? Got this under control?
Yeah, clearly. Hold on, I'll defuse this.
You there, keep your hands where we can see him. Draw a weapon and we will fire.
Alright, no problem. I think, there she is.
This isn't really a good time. What did you want?
The king wants to help with the relief effort.
Like he helped the envoy we sent? No thanks.
That wasn't him. He didn't even know an envoy had been sent.
Then he should watch his back. We know for a fact that the envoy made it to their headquarters. Still, if the king's willing to deal with us, perhaps we can work something out. I'll tell my men to stand down.
Alright, there we go. Situation defused. Okay, Pacer, you can stop cowering in that spot now.
The king just sent a messenger over, saying these guys are off limits. He's probably already heard about what you did here. Looks like you get to be a hero. Enjoy it while it lasts.
It's been lasting a few years now, Pacer.
I heard all about what happened. Maybe it's time for a little more talking and a little less fighting. You've helped us plenty, so I'll tell you what. Just this once, name whatever you want, and if I can make it happen, it's done. Don't rush it, though. Toss it around in your head a little. You only get one favor from the king.
I'll keep that in mind. Hello there, Rex. We'll be picking up Rex later once I finish dealing with EDE, and then we can complete another companion quest, since Rex is another potential companion I can have. I've returned to the McCarran airport, since now that we've helped out Freeside and eased tensions between the locals there and the NCR, I'm going to help out the NCR here. We'll start small. First I'll talk to Colonel James Shue.
We're all impressed with the work you've done for us. Thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for rangers to rest and resupply. I thought you might get good use out of it.
Oh, well, thanks. Anyway, I'm here to provide support. Anything I could do to help out?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Really? I bet I could make that Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
I'll be going then.
Bye.
You have to hand it to the NCR. Get enough hands working together and they can make or break just about anything.
Here we are. Lieutenant Carey Boyd.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
I sure am. Who are you?
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shue has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
So, do you need any help in here?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
So that's a big deal, I'm guessing.
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
I see. What do you think that means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Well, have you tried calling him hurtful names?
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
Maybe a truth drug would work on him.
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
I see. Why not just beat the information out of him?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
Well, I have done some pretty crazy things throughout my adventures.
I think if you rough him up enough, and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room, and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Alright, sure, let's get started.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
This sounds like fun. I'm gonna tell Arcade Needy E to wait here.
Long time no see.
Oh, I'll be here. Just don't expect me to fend off a gang of super mutants while you're gone.
Hey, Silas.
Well, super mutants would have to invade the place first.
I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
Oh, pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
No weapons, huh? No problem. Too bad for Silus, I like to talk too. How'd EDE come in? I thought I told him to wait.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now with the way you talk.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
No, I just don't really like slavers all that much. I'd let you know about the slavers in Paradise Falls or the Pit, but, well, they're all dead at my hands. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Well, looks like you're still locked up in here. Sounds more like to me that you were too gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Oh yeah? With what? I don't have any weapons and neither do you. Now we wait for Boyd to come in, unless EDE's blocking her way.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
Alright.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
Alright, this time wait for me out here, EDE. No confirmation beep. Oh, what's going on? Oh well.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
But I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centurion.
Coward? I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
So you weren't afraid to cut any throat but your own, huh?
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead. Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Do you know who the operative is?
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery.
See, don't you feel better now that you've divulged all those state secrets?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
Yeah, it'll be actions that stop that, not words. Alright, Arcade, we can go.
Lead the way.
And I got all my stuff back. And let's talk
you got
to...
something to say, or do you always look like that?
Good one.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
And I get NCR fame and 300 caps.
Yep. See you around.
I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
I could look into who's leaking NCR intelligence for you.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Alright, I'll go check in with him then.
Bye.
I get the quest, I put a spell on you. So now we'll talk to this guy, Captain Ronald Curtis.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
Colonel Shu asked me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago.
Where do you think I should start?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Alright, I'll be going.
Later.
You mentioned talking to Lieutenant Boyd. So let's go do that. I think that's her going up the stairs now. Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
Well, I kind of already rescued Anders. Who else is missing?
The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see what I can do about finding Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Okay. Tell me more about these break-ins.
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
Would you be willing to give me the control tower access key so I can check it?
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there. Just a bunch of old communications equipment.
If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
You said there have been thefts?
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions 12 times. Nothing.
I'll keep an eye out for the missing supplies.
Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Alright, I'll be going.
Yep. See you around.
I think our talks with Boyd are nice. Let's go, see if we can find Contreras. What time is it now? Well, it won't be midnight for a while, so let's go investigate into these thefts by talking to Contreras.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Who's this? Private Christina Morales.
Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
You look upset. What's wrong?
I know. I've been crying. It's stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
How did he die?
He was out on patrol. Bunch of drugged up fiends attacked them. Esteban laid down cover fire while the others fell back. One of the men saw him get shot. He didn't die, though. Not then. They tried to go back for him, but there were too many fiends and they had to pull out. Damn savages chased them halfway to McCarran.
No one else will help you?
His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot. But he never came back.
Ew. That doesn't sound good. How about I recover your husband's body?
Mister, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the Repcon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
Alright, so I'll keep a mental note of that to retrieve the corpse of Ranger Morales. Here he is. Daniel Contreras.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
What do you got for sale?
Take your pick.
Well, he's got plenty of money. He's got a few different kinds of guns, a bunch of different sorts of armor, medics, some other assorted items.
Bye.
Let's take a look around, see if I can find anything that points to him as being the guy stealing the supplies. There's a supply database here. I lose some karma breaking into the computer, but it's for the investigation. Let's see what we got. NCR Army Supply Database, McCarran Branch, download the weapon manifest. Camp McCarran Weapons Manifest, 50 hunting rifles, 28 in use, 10 in repair, 8 in storage with an asterisk. 50 assault rifles, 25 in use, 6 in repair, 12 in storage with an asterisk. 20 battle rifles, 10 in use, 2 in repair, 5 in storage, asterisk. Increase gunrunners' weapon shipment and modify manifests to make these numbers match the earlier totals. Boyd is getting too suspicious. I think that proves it.
I'll do my best.
I appreciate that, Arcade. I know it's not hard to sneak around when you're wearing power armor. Okay, you're still following me. For a moment I thought you weren't. I have proof that Sergeant Contreras is involved in criminal activity.
That may be the worst-kept secret on the base. I'd be more surprised if you had proof he wasn't involved in criminal activity. But if you have proof, you're the envy of every MP stationed here. What'd you find?
I hacked into his computer and found evidence that he's been selling NCR guns to the gunrunners.
Little bastard. I'm sure some of those find their way into the hands of our enemies, too. Alright, thanks for telling me. I'm gonna have him rounded up. Pretty impressive work there. Wish I could keep you around. But for helping me nail this guy, I think you should have a little keepsake. Here. It's not contraband, but I confiscated it from Contreras last week, because he was being smarmy and I was sick of his bullshit.
And I gain NCR fame and this machine. And it over encumbers me, but let's check it out. I believe this machine is a unique version of the battle rifle. I have no use for it myself, but I'm sure I could sell it or something. Here, you hold it. I think next what we'll do is we'll investigate the tower and find out who's been breaking in every midnight. Let's see, it's 8 o'clock now in the game, 8 p.m. So I think what we'll do is we'll just head in. Boyd gave me the key to walk right in, so that's what I'll do. Take a look around. Well, nothing to see in here, so maybe I'll just wait and see who's coming in. I think the best way to do that will be to walk over here and just wait a few hours to see who shows up. So I waited a bit, and now it's 12 midnight, or past 12 midnight. I'm staking out the tower to see if anyone shows up to go in. So far, nobody's shown up yet. Luckily, thanks to the magic of video editing, you won't have to wait with me. Now it's nearly 1 p.m., about 12 minutes to 1, and someone's starting to show up. I can see them. Looks like they're coming towards the tower. Who is it? It's Captain Ronald Curtis. Huh. But is he going to go in the tower? Yeah, looks like he's heading right for the tower. Curtis was the guy that I told I was helping find the intelligence leaks. Why would he be going in there?
Lupa, this is Frumentarius Picus. Over.
Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves
Charges?
the
The train? I gotta hurry. So not only is Curtis the guy leaking the intelligence, it turns out he's a Legion Frumentari, but he's also apparently rigged the train to explode? He must mean the monorail. I better run if I want to get over there and defuse it in time. Come on, Blazer, run. I didn't stick around to see how long it would be. I'm assuming it'll go off as soon as the train leaves. There's the train. Hurry. I see the bomb. Here we go. This device looks as though it's armed. It could go off at any moment. Let's defuse it. There we go. I've defused and extracted the bomb. Let's go let Colonel Shu know.
Yes? What is it?
Well, you won't be having too many problems with intelligence leaks anymore.
No? What happened?
It was Curtis. He's in the Legion. I can prove he tried to blow up the monorail. I have the bomb he planted.
Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just no way. I hope you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It'd explain a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too. You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. And I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve. I'll have Curtis taken into custody. If he lets himself be taken alive, that is.
Well, I think that's enough superhero work for today. I calmed things down in Freeside so that the locals and the NCR soldiers there stop fighting, and the relief effort can expand. And I just prevented the monorail at Camp McCarran from being destroyed.
At Camp Forlorn Hope. Now we've got a chance to hold it.
That's right. Private Morales wanted me to find and retrieve the corpse of her dead husband. His body is apparently being used as a lure to draw in NCR troopers and slaughter them. Better keep a lookout for traps and snipers. The body is east of Repcon HQ, and I should carry it to the troopers camped out on the north side of the railroad tracks. So we'll do that next time, as well as the White Wash to find out what happened to Corporal White. And we'll keep Arcade Gannon around, although there's something about him. He seemed to know a lot more about vertibirds and energy weapons than I would have thought a doctor of the followers of the apocalypse would know about. Maybe he'll open up to us a bit more in the next part. Until then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.
There's word in from Camp McCarran that an attempt to bomb its monorail system was foiled by an alert civilian contractor. Security is being tightened.